Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. I still recall a thrill. I guess I always will.
She doesn't really sing in any particular 40s style or 50s style or 60s. It's Judy Garland style.
Dear, with your lips to mine, oh, rhapsody divine, sing when the strings of my heart.
Oh, you said human tonight,
Is it humid? Is it? It's just plain old hot up here. It is. I think I got too old to do that number during this engagement. But we're not going to go into that because it's we're just going to have fun tonight and this is a very particularly wonderful night for me.
I played the state, the capital, and people said don't stop until you play the palace. You haven't played the top.
20 years I've been a minstrel girl, singing for my supper in the throngs. And in that time my world has been a minstrel world, and the history of my life is in my songs, gay songs.
With Hollywood behind her, Judy exchanged the sound stage for the theater stage, reclaiming herself by doing what she most loved, singing to the people.
It was like being reborn. I heard that applause, and I realized I'm not finished.
Come back when the elephants roost in the trees. I will come back when the birds make love to the bees. I will come back when the sun refuses to shine. And President Coolidge is a cousin of mine.
The momentum for Judy's journey had been generated by her legendary engagement at New York's Palace Theater in 1951. Built around two archetypes, the vamp and the tramp, her vaudeville shows toured for 9 years.
I think she really felt that this was the one place where she really was at home in the world, was out there.
And nobody cared Judy was fat, or thin. They wanted to see Garland. Judy's audience and the reaction to Judy by an audience was totally unique. Her audience was a mixture, the royalty, the most sophisticated. And yet, street people used to come up and save their money and buy tickets and wait out in the rain in the street to see her, to touch her. They identified with Judy. She was kind of the heroine of the misplaced.
I tried to match my lifelong experiences with theirs, and they matched their own sadness and happiness to mine. They can hear the pain and the humor in my voice, and they associate with it. It's tragedy, baggy pants comedy, and overcoming troubles.
Following a near-fatal bout with hepatitis, Judy defied doctors' orders by returning to the stage. The vaudeville trappings were gone. Judy's one-woman concerts became her definitive personal statement.
It was such a special, unbelievable evening. The house was dark, and then the spotlight would come on. And you'd wait. Where is he,
When Judy was backstage, I think the audience was on edge, always. And Judy sensed it.
And then suddenly she'd come out and he screamed and hollered and stood up.
You could almost feel her saying, please like me. And the audience, from complete silence, it sounded like a terrible, terrible earthquake had just happened. They would stand up and give her a standing ovation before she did anything.
Oh, it's lovely to be back. Thank you. I'm so excited, my goodness. You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me love you. And all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. The bells are ringing.
She had such a force field of energy that hit an audience. She was loaded with it. It was almost like a mystical electricity. She rocked that theater. She just ripped that audience to pieces.
I'll sing them all, and we'll stay all night.
I was backstage. I heard it like a roar from the audience, and she sang Swanee and blew the roof off of that place. That was like a
human and artistic triumphs in theater history. Vulnerability apparent in every performance would sometimes implode. There were canceled shows, and nights when Judy literally had to be pushed on stage.
I never met anybody in show business that feared and dreaded going on stage. 5, 10, 15 minutes before showtime, she was a wreck in the wings.
I never started the overture until I could see her in the wings. She always stood stage left. She would start jumping up and down and tapping her foot and moving her hands. Go, go, go. This is the way she got herself ready to perform. Every time she sang, I'd have goosebumps, you know, the whole concert. I mean, it just was so thrilling.
Her timing was such that she could pop from back of the curtain onto the stage, and it was like a jolt, like a starting pistol.
She doesn't sing like the other girl singers of that period who approach songs more daintily. She hits a song the way Sinatra does, the way a man does.
She'd perspire, especially when she was happy. And that was the big joke she used to say. She says, forgive me for sweating, she says. I don't have the class to perspire. And she'd laugh at her own little jokes, and the audience, I always wanted to take a picture of the audience watching her.
You know, you don't even seem to have an innocent, analytical longing for the possibility that your mother wasn't there at every moment. How did you and your mother work that out? Because you had to write that book.
We went with her. She gave us the choice. My sister Lorna and my brother Joe and myself, she sat us down and said, look, I got to go to work because we got to eat. And we have no money. And I can do it if I do concerts. I can make money. But it means we're going to have to travel.